Well, Secretary of State Antony Blinken says he spoke with his Russian counterpart today, urging Russia to accept the proposal that would release WNBA star Brittany Griner and another American detainee, Paul Whelan. Both cases have drawn widespread attention. Griner, of course, one of the WNBA's best-known players. Whelan, a corporate security executive and former Marine. The U.S. government has proposed an exchange involving convicted Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout for Whelan and Griner. Tensions rising, though, even higher between the U.S. and China regarding House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's possible trip to Taiwan. China state media now saying if U.S. fighter jets escort Pelosi's plane into Taiwan, China considers it an invasion and is even threatening to shoot it down. China says Taiwan is part of its territory, while Taiwan says it is an independent nation. NewsNation's Kelly Meyer joining us now from D.C. So, Kelly, a lot of tension really building here.
Yeah, that's right, Nicole. And the White House continues to insist the House Speaker's trip is hypothetical, but the threats from China are quite real. Pelosi set to leave today for a multi-day trip to Asia with stops in Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, and Singapore. Now, whether she stops in Taiwan remains to be seen.
Today, the nuclear-powered supercarrier, the USS Ronald Reagan, sailing in the South China Sea amid rising tension between America and China. The Defense Department saying the deployment of the aircraft carrier and her strike group were planned and routine. The Chinese claiming the U.S. is flexing its military might and is threatening peace between the two countries.
No one should underestimate the determination and ability of more than 1.4 billion Chinese people to defend its national sovereignty and territorial integrity.
China also warning the U.S. over Taiwan as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi departs for a tour of Asia. A potential stop in Taiwan still up in the air. Pelosi facing a barrage of questions today, but not confirming a visit to the island. China considers Taiwan part of its territory. Taiwan claims its independence.
I'm very excited should we go to the countries that you'll be hearing about along the way.
Today, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby saying the speaker doesn't need their approval to travel overseas, but it's routine to provide her with a military aircraft. Chinese state media warning if U.S. fighter jets escort Pelosi's plane into Taiwan, it's an invasion, suggesting it would forcibly respond to Pelosi's plane or U.S. fighter jets with warning shots and tactical movements, and threatening it may, quote, then shoot them down. The White House telling us today they haven't seen any physical indications of any unexpected military action from China, adding the rhetoric coming out of China is unnecessary. President Xi warning on a call with Biden Thursday that the U.S. should not, quote, play with fire with regard to Taiwan.
And in another warning to the U.S., China's foreign minister today saying a visit to Taiwan by Speaker Pelosi would challenge China's red line. And any challenge to the red line would be met with, quote, resolute countermeasures. Nicole?
All right, Kelly, thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.